Dawn was one of the kindest people I'd ever met. Whether it was Annika, Will, or Eric's friends coming into the house, he always made us feel welcome in his home, and he would take the time to have a conversation, ask us about our day, ask us what we were doing with our lives at that time, and that kindness will definitely not be.
I'm Miles, Will's good friend. It was really hard to pick one specific Dawn story because being around Dawn was always a great time. He was such a happy man, and he loved teasing me and Will about what trouble we were going to get into next. One specific Dawn memory I can think of is when Eric decided to host a New Year's party, and Will, Eric, and I decided it would be a great idea to go for a late night swim in Lake Ontario. In typical Eric fashion, he was in the water before me and Will even had our shirts off. Luckily, before me and Will built up the courage to jump into the lake, Dawn came down and quickly shut it down and had a great laugh with my parents about how stupid we were.
Memories with Dawn was simply just talking to him, whether it was at the Jodoins or work, wherever. It just seemed like everyone around him always had a smile on their face and was laughing about something because he just really had that effect on everyone.
When I was a kid, I was very anxious, and going over to my friends' houses always terrified me. But whenever I went over to Annika's house, Dawn just had this superpower of making me feel so welcome right away. You know, always inviting me to stay, offering me something to eat. And that kindness has really stayed with me. And so I send my love, because he is truly going to be missed.
Dawn was a beautiful man with a beautiful heart, and he was an example of the man I dreamed to be. Thank you. My name's Aiden Zarand. I'm a close friend with Eric and Will. I got to know Dawn well about 1.5 years ago. There's times where I'd go over to hang out with Eric, and then out of nowhere, Dawn and I would end up on the couch, watching the Leaf game and talking about life.
Hi, my name's Luca. Dawn was a really good friend of mine. I'm really gonna miss him. I remember when he used to sign us out in elementary school. He used to sign us out and take us over to play shinny during lunch, because there was an ice rink right by our school. I always remember the first day that I would get back from university, I would head right over to their house, walk in and, say, "How's it going, Donnie J? Haven't seen you in a while." Another memory that sticks out to me is when I was in 7th grade for a project. I had to interview Dawn about his career and lifestyle, and I really looked up to him at that point, and I really I aspired to be someone like Dawn, and I wanted to go down the career path that he chose. So it was really interesting and to see how he experienced life, and I'm really gonna miss him.
Dawn made the Jodoin household exceptionally welcoming for my friends and I over the last couple of years. I'm going to miss all the laughs we had while catching up and talking about the funny things Eric would do.
I've known the Jodoin family for several years now, all the way back to middle school, and Dawn has always been so welcoming and would make me feel at home whenever I would come and visit. He was always just so joyous, and anybody that had the honor to meet him would agree. Your presence will be so greatly missed, and I just want to say thank you so much for opening up your home and allowing us to create beautiful memories in it.
Dawn was an amazing, kind, and welcoming man who never failed to make me smile when I saw him. He is loved and will be missed by everybody who was lucky enough to have a chance to meet him.
With Dawn, I would always be on the golf course. Will and I would always play the 18 hole with him, and he'd always make excuses for whenever we would hit the ball further than him. He was always really helpful in giving me pointers to improve my golf game. And golf was really Dawn's passion, and those moments were really special.
Hi, I'm Eden. I'm one of Eric's good friends. I've known the Jodoins for around 5 years now, and I can truly say that Dawn has left such a huge impact on me and my family. He was always the kind of person who could make you laugh and smile whenever you were around him. The first time I met Dawn, I was going over to their house to go swimming with Eric. Dawn walks over, probably a little bit confused on who these random people are in his pool, but of course welcoming more of Eric's friends. I introduced myself, and he immediately smiled and said, "Another Moorhead," and then went to go call my dad. Since then, he has always been so welcoming to me, and every time I'm over there, he will come up to me and have a conversation to see how I'm doing, and joke around that I better be keeping Eric out of trouble in Halifax. We're all going to miss him so much, but we know that he will never be forgotten, and our love goes to the Jodoin family.
Annika and your family. I just remember Don being so kind and so sweet. He was always at our dance competitions, hanging out with all the moms. He would always come and watch, and eventually, I think he watched so many dance competitions, he would start to critique us. He would give us pointers. So shout out to Don for the corrections and stuff. I also actually have a funny story to tell. So we one time had a competition in London, Ontario, and me and Annika and our dance team were performing on a Friday night, and all the moms came up to watch, and Don obviously, and he came to watch the performance and then left to go home, not realizing that I think he was supposed to drive Annika. He forgot her. And so Sire texted my mom and was like, hey, Don forgot to pick up Annika, so can you guys drive her home? My mom was like, yeah, of course. We were sleeping over at a hotel near the competition because I was performing the next day, and so Annika came and we just slept over in the hotel together, and that was super fun. And we started getting super close, I feel at dance competitions, so those are always great memories to look back on.
I wanted to say that Don was a one-of-a-kind guy. It's tragic loss to us all when he sadly passed away. Everyone felt that. I know I especially felt that too. He was just such an impact to everyone around him. Every person he ever talked to, he has an impact on. He was just that guy who everyone wanted to be around and everyone wanted to be like. And it's such a tragedy that something like this happens to such a good guy, and I just wanted to say that he'll be missed more than he'll ever know, and we all love him so very, very much. Thank you.
Favorite memories with Don is when me and Eric were younger, maybe 5-6 years old. We'd be skating at Long Branch Arena at Public Skate, and we would just be goofing off the whole time, on our sliding back and forth to the boards. And we weren't really that good at skating, so my dad would come over and be like, listen guys, why don't you guys work on your skating and get better and improve? And Don would just be like, Charlie, it's okay, relax, let them have fun, let them do what they want to do. And Don was always like that. Don was always about having fun and having a good time, and he was always happy, making everyone laugh, and we love Don for that. So Don, thank you for all the great memories. We love
memory I have of Don's was a pretty recent one. Was his competition in a pool, especially against Will, and Don was pretty good. I saw him the last time I saw him. He was playing against Stefan, and he destroyed Stefan. And I'm sure him and Will's games were pretty crazy. And after Don had passed, I heard Will was the first time Will cleared the board, which is pretty special. And yeah, Don, I love you. I miss you. Goodbye.
I am Aiden. I'd like to start off by saying Don was an amazing man, husband, father, and role model to me, as well as many others. Since the day we first met, he's always kind of welcomed me with open arms and treated me like family. I remember I'd always go over there, and me and him would just talk in the living room about hockey. It seemed like forever, and he'd always have on just a big smile, and a super contagious laugh that will never be forgotten, and definitely will be missed.
Hi, I'm Isaac. I'm a friend of Don's, and what I most missed about Don was when he came to my hockey games versus Ben, and how he invited me to come watch the Super Bowl and swim in his pool.
Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam. I'm one of Will's friends, and I'd just like to start off by saying that Don was an amazing man, but even more, he was a great father. I really got to know Don by playing pool with Will once or twice a week, and spent a lot of time with him. And one of the things that I remember the most was me and Will would try and clear the table on pool, and whenever one of us would get close, Don would jump off the couch and come over and try and help us out and see if we could get any of them in. And it's just the little things like that that Will and I really enjoyed spending time with him. So
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm one of Eric's good friends. I just wanted to say how welcoming and kind Don was anytime I came over. He always greeted me with the biggest smile and was always asking how my family is doing, especially in terms of hockey and golf. His effort to make a connection with each of his kids' friends was so evident to me, and that's super special. So I'm very lucky to have experienced that. He'll be greatly missed.
My favorite memory of Don is when we would all go to Eric's house in middle school, and he would come and crack a lot of jokes with us, make us all laugh a lot, and just feel really welcome.
It was always amazing to be around him and be able to talk with him about whatever, whether it was school, sports, or anything going on in life. He always showed interest in our conversations and always helped me look at the bigger picture. Don was loved by many friends and family, and he's going to be missed greatly. My heart goes out to the Jodoin family. I love you all, and I'm here for you guys.
My favorite memories is the Sherrod and Beck bike crew. Every morning, rain or shine, we'd be packed into your driveway, ready to take off to school, following your lead. I also can't forget to mention the end-of-year pool parties. Man, those would make the whole school year worth it just for that one day. Don, you touched a lot of people in the neighborhood, including myself, and I have to say thank you for that. Sairi, Annika, Eric, and Will, I want you guys to know that I'm thinking about you and you're in my prayers during this tough time.
Over the years that I've been friends with Annika, her family has become like a family to me, and I'm grateful for them all every day. Don was such a huge part of making me feel so loved, and he always made me feel like one of his own. He was always there to question who's at the door when I would walk into the house unannounced. Never failed to make me laugh. Thanks so much for all the daily bike ride videos that you'd send to me and Annika. That made us smile through some pretty tough times. I love you, Don.
My name's Nathan, and I'm a friend of Annika, Will, and Eric's. Don was someone that we all wanted to be like. Whether it was sitting down watching the Habs game with him, playing pool, going for a swim, whatever it may be, he was always there to put a huge smile on your face, lighten up the mood, and make you really have fun. He was one of the most selfless people I've ever met, as he always put our need to have fun over his own needs. Don was an amazing father to 3 beautiful kids, but he was also a father figure to us all. He was an amazing husband, father, and friend, and he will be greatly missed.